My name is Juan León, and I'm the director of Batman Azteca, which is the very first time that such a production has been attempted with a full Mexican Latin American cast of artists and talent. This is the fusion of Aztec culture with the Batman mythos, and so me as a Batman fan, getting to have the opportunity to create this world along with Ernie and Ego is a huge opportunity, and I'm very blessed to be part of it. So I hope everybody gets to go watch Batman Azteca. Is fully made by Mexican and Latin American hands, and it's an original take on the Batman mythos, creating a whole new Batman from based on the Aztec mythological and the culture. The idea was conceived by the people in Anima and Chatron. They came over and asked me if I was interested in the idea, and just those two words together sounded too really powerful and crazy. So immediately I said yes. But from the get-go, I wanted it to feel like a live-action movie, but animated, because we didn't want to have just a Batman with feathers on it. We wanted this to feel like a real organic story that took place in the time of the conquest. So this is a whole new original take on the character. It's not Bruce Wayne at all. It's something new.
How often does somebody get to write a new corner of the world of Batman? This isn't like we're just sending Batman back in time to the ancient Aztecs. It's how would a Batman-like character organically arise in 1520 Tenochtitlan? And I thought, whoa, this is so crazy. I still can't believe that Warner Brothers allowed us to do it, because it's a really big swing, and I do hope people will come out and support it.
I mean, it was definitely a challenge because we had to sort of be true to the time period, number one. And we have a historical record of the instruments that were used at that time, but not so much about the sound and the melodies. There's been people that have attempted to recreate that sound, and that's something we had to do. At the same time, there was a few other things I wanted to honor, which was, of course, Batman 1989, Tim Burton, Danny Elfman film, which is, when I was 13, I saw that. I think that was my introduction to wanting to be a composer in a lot of ways. So honoring that tradition, the same with Shirley Walker's score from Batman, the animated series. Batman has always had this big gothic orchestral sound. So combining that with, these pre-Hispanic instruments, and then also creating something new that's totally different. Because much in the same way that Cortez arrives and brings, gunpowder and metal armor, that was the way that was shocking to the native people. I wanted to do something with the music, and we had this discussion, like, let's bring heavy metal elements where you wouldn't expect it. So you're hearing tribal percussion and drums, and all of a sudden electric guitars over that. When the people are clashing, when there's battles, that's what we did with the music as well. So we had a lot of fun experimenting and trying really fun, interesting things.
Un hombre sabio me dijo, el miedo te mata o te lleva a la acción.
In Mexico, we had the comic book version of Batman. It was about this size, small print by Vid, Publicaciones Vid, in Spanish, obviously, with the typewriter, the dialogue with typewriter. But since I was a little kid, and then eventually, of course, the movie came out. I was 11
There you go.
Yeah, I was 11 years old when the Batman '89 came out, and I was just blown away. But obviously, the TV show, you got to have a special place in your heart for the TV show. But yeah, I've been a fan of the character for a long time. There's just something about it that's very captivating for me. I always like the somewhat of the anti-hero characters, and Batman can sometimes be a little bit of that because he works outside the law in a way. That's what the vigilanteism comes from. But then to get to combine it with the Aztec culture, the myth that I grew up with, learning from it at school, which is rich and vast and full of supernatural wonder, and it just merges perfectly with the Batman character, because not only is it a supernatural thing, but also in the Aztec culture, there was such a thing as a bat deity. There was a bat god. So that was the perfect way to get in there and create our own version of the Batman based on this mythology. It's something that a deity that their family used to worship. So when the tragedy happened, creating our Batman, he decided to don the mantle of this deity, Tinakan, which is a bat god, to fight the conquistadors. So coming up with that idea, collaborating with Ernie, and then Ego giving it that punch of music, I think we try to do the best to create something new and original, something you haven't seen before.
We wanted to give them the familiar Batman touchstones, but in a way that would be organically happening. So as opposed to in Gotham City, Bruce's parents make an ill-advised decision to go down an alley called Crime Alley, and they pay for it with their lives. In our case, Hernan Cortez comes to the village, and he ends up, after being very charming for a bit, slaughtering the villagers and his parents. And that's what kicks off the I need to step up here. I need to stop this guy. I know he's evil, even though other people think that he might be a god, and I'm going to have to transform myself into my own Dark Knight off of the Aztec god of Tinakan. And so it's fresh yet relatable, but still wholly different. It's a very unique piece. It's unlike anything I've ever done.
I didn't grow up with comic books necessarily, but for me, it was very important, like, to stay true to what I thought, what is Batman, what defines Batman. And for me, the music from that film is a very defining part of the Batman character. I remember after Justice League came out, I was talking to Danny Elfman, and I said, I noticed you used the John Williams Superman theme when he appears. I go, like, why did you do that? And Danny said to me, we were in his kitchen, and he said, to me, that theme is as important as the red tights or the red cape, And I go, so how did you make that happen? He goes, I wrote to John Williams, and he gave me his blessings. And so when we were doing this, there was a moment in the film where we realized it would be great to use Danny's iconic little theme, that little motif. So I wrote to Danny Elfman, and he said, go for it. He gave us his blessings as well. So it was really nice.
It's coming out September 18th in Mexico with a limited theatrical release in Mexico and Latin America. And September 19th, worldwide on streaming and digital, HBO Max.
So there are both an English and a Spanish version to this, which is also very unique, right? So the script was actually recorded first in Spanish and then dubbed over to the English version. So the English Latin actors had to work off of the mouth movements of the Spanish recording.
Which is difficult already.
Which is very difficult.
It's difficult. You have to dub it into English, when all the lip sync is in Spanish. So that's tricky. So the first time ever attempting something like that before. So
usually goes the other way.
Usually it's the other way. This is the first time it's been that way. So
interesting.
Really, Raymond does the Joker, Jay Hernandez does Batman. This is all the English-speaking version. Horacio Garcia does the Spanish version. Omar Chaparro does the Spanish version of Joker. Alvaro Morte, he does Two-Face, which did an amazing job, because it was crazy in the sense that the talent needed to do two voices. The normal voice and then the DC character voice, that transformation. So you can see that the two personalities completely different from one another. Same as Batman, he has the regular voice and then he has the Batman voice, right?
Right.
So we needed to explore that as well. I'm very proud to be part of it. We're all very excited for everybody to watch it. It's an epic movie, trying to make it to feel like an animated live action movie, so you forget at one point you're watching something animated and you get enthralled in the drama and the darkness of it. And I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, we had
more to tell.
We had a really warm reception at our panel here. We screened our trailer, and people seem to really love it.
Yes.
I guess we're allowed to toot our own horn a little bit. But we got a standing ovation for the trailer. That was really amazing. Couldn't believe it.
Everybody has been doing Comic-Cons before like that. I've never seen a reaction from people like that.
It's really great.
To get a standing ovation and then the crowd rushing the stage and security had to step in. I'm like, wow. Now I know what the Rolling Stones feel like. You know what I mean?
There you go. You're just like a Beatle.
Just skinny enough like Mick Jagger. Right? Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. Thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
¿Sentiste eso?
Fue una buena pelea.
Fue una buena pelea. ¡Emocionate!